I'm 18. I'm just going to turn the lights on, but let's hope the internet's stable enough to take you for a walk, because dying for a coffee. Oh, I've got to get a cup. There's no Jackie. So Jackie was supposed to be jumping in and helping in running this session, and I was going to have a little nap, but that is not the case. And so I'm not going to do this topic justice, but I'm going to give it a go, right? And the best way to learn is to teach. So let me first go out, and hopefully there's enough water in the coffee machine. So, let's turn on some power so we can see where we're going. Hi, everyone. Let's jump in and say hi. I'm just going to go to my office. That's where the coffee machine is. So I've got to walk outside. Come with me and we'll see a world of pure imagination. All right, so I'm heading out to my office. So I'll walk around this way. We go a long way. It's better. Get a few more steps up. But it's still nighttime outside. Right? Down to my office, and we'll go and get a coffee. Let's hope the internet holds up as I shift between Wi-Fi devices. And go make this coffee, and let's see if I can do this topic justice. All right. Please let there be water in the coffee machine. Please, please, please let there be water in the coffee machine. All right. We're in my office. It's not sexy, but there's probably enough. There's probably enough water in the coffee machine. Let me know when you're jumping in. Hopefully we've got good enough internet. All right. So this topic is about building up your confidence muscle. So check this. Hang on. I've got to turn the coffee machine on. Coffee machine's coming on. Yes. Blinky, blinky. All right. So we've got to wait for it to warm up. So while it's warming up, let's have a chat about. I'm totally not going to do this as much justice as Jackie would, and I'm sure she'll give me some tips. But let's have a chat about becoming confident. So there are 4 stages of competency. Okay, so you see, when you're studying or you're learning something new, right? You there's a what's the word I'm looking for? There's a thing that you can do where you can appear to be really like overconfident, and it can be actually really detrimental to your learning when you are overconfident, and then you believe, or you don't actually see that there are areas in which you can improve. Now, I can give you an example of that. Many years ago, I went to a conference and I turned up and, stop blinking. I've got to just hang on a second. The important things first is this. Let's click this little button. Watch that beauty. Right, look at that. Oh, yeah. That's it. Oh, talking my language now. Keep coming. All right, there we go. Hopefully you can see that all right. And we'll just put some more water in there because I like a long black. All right, we've got our priorities right now. So you see, when you're unaware that thing, or you think you're really good at something, and how much you know, or you think you know, is actually coffee, baby. Sorry, priorities, man. I need a coffee. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. And how much you actually know can be a bit detrimental to you, because let's go into my office and we'll go and sit on the couch while we chat about this. All right, here we go. Let's go sit down in my office. All right, where it's comfortable, and you can see Cosmo's cage back there. Right, so when you believe you know it all, or you think you know it all, you're actually less receptive to learning, because you think you already know it all. And the less receptive you are to learning, the less you are receptive to getting feedback and to take on new information. So if you show up like a know-it-all, And the example I was going to give you is I went to a conference once and I'd spent a lot of money to get to this conference. And I went there and it was just me validating that I was like really good at everything. And what happened was I walked away actually learning nothing because I'm like, yeah, I know it already, right? Um, so let's talk about the four different levels, and I'm totally not. I'm probably going to kill this Jackie. So I hope. See, Jackie's got a pain in the belly. So she's been up half the night, and she was supposed to do this lesson because she's our mindset coach. So I hope I don't butcher the whole. I understand the formula, but I don't teach the formula. But the best way to learn is to teach. So there are four different levels of competency, and this is how you'll build up your confidence muscle, right? So that you can get better at something. So before we go through the four different levels, first let's talk about conscious. Conscious means that you are aware. Okay, so you're aware of something. And competent means that you're actually proficient at something, right? So you're capable about it and you know something. So in regards to the four different levels of consciousness and competence, the first stage is unconscious incompetence. That means that you don't know, you don't understand, but also you're not aware that you don't understand. So you may think you know it, but you don't, right? You're a bit of a know-it-all, but you know not a lot. So you're not actually aware that you don't know that thing. So in this stage, you're not receptive to learning, you're not receptive to feedback, because you're unaware at this point, or you're consciously not aware that you're incompetent at it. All right. But then what can happen is you then realize, oh, look, I can't do this thing. So now you become consciously incompetent. So you are now aware that you do not know how to do something. So therefore, you're now opening yourself up to learning something. Okay. So now you're able to take on board and be receptive to learning. You're not good at it. You got no clue how to do it, but you're aware of that fact. Okay. So that's stage two. Consciously incompetent. Stage three is when you are now um, consciously competent, right? So this now means that you can do it, but it requires effort. Okay, so you've got to practice, and this is where you build your confidence muscles now. So first, you become aware. Look, I'm aware that I need to go live, but I'm not good at it and I don't know how to do it. Right? I don't even know how to hit the button. Now you're trying, you're doing well, and you're giving it a go. Hey, Catherine, you're giving it a go, and you're not great at it, but you keep practicing, practicing, practicing. And as you practice, what happens is it gets easier with time, right? So it gets much easier with time. And then eventually you will become unconsciously competent, which means that you can do it easily. So if I give you an example of automation, right? I thought at the beginning that if I set up a few emails, right? If I set up a few emails, I understood automation, right? I thought I knew it all because I could set up a few emails, put some timer delays in, and now I'm automated because I've got a heap of emails going out. And now I was unconsciously incompetent because I thought I knew it already. I'm like, that's easy. So simple. And then the more I learned, or the more I saw, like, and I saw other people doing, all of a sudden I'm like, holy shit, it is not just sending emails. Automation isn't just sending emails. It is actually all these other things. Like, automation is setting up tasks, it's following up with people, it's doing all of these other things that I wasn't even aware of. But now I'm conscious that I'm actually incompetent. So that's when I started to really learn. I realized, because I heard a statement once from a mentor who said, when you understand and you set up automation, it's like hiring full-time staff, but it's software. And I was like, oh my God, I want staff. And that's where I sort of coined the terminology staff in a box, because now I know that when my automation is set up, it's staff in a box. So I spent a lot of time, and I fell in love with the complexity of automation, right? And I become consciously competent. Now, I don't know if you ever become totally unconsciously competent, because in this particular field, I think I'm always learning. I think it's a quite a complex problem. And then, because I'm still aware of that fact that there's always somebody who's going to know something a little bit more than me, I'm very receptive to learning. So you may hear us say quite a lot inside of the Sparkle world, have you got your student hat on? Because if you go into the situation thinking that you already know it all, you're unconsciously competent, then you're not open and receptive to maybe a golden nugget that you didn't even know you needed to know, because you've walked in feeling too good about yourself and you haven't opened up those learning receptors. So, Jackie, I hope I did that justice. I have absolutely no idea what the next lesson is. At least I knew this framework. I tried my best to deliver it. The best way to learn is to teach. So I'm sure I definitely have. I've learned something. Like, I literally wrote notes before we came in here, so that I could remember the order and all the things, because like Jackie can just talk about it. She doesn't need notes. So I'm definitely consciously incompetent right now. Or maybe I'm consciously competent, but it takes effort. Definitely, I can't talk about it without notes. Where literally most of the stuff we've spoken about over this last 24 hours, I totally talked about without notes. So there we go. It's time for my coffee at 4 a.m. in the morning. I was supposed to have a nap, but Brandon's session was enough to at least give me that really good solid, because I stopped after he said, yep, okay, I'll do the next hour by myself. Thank you so much, Brandon. I was like, okay, now I'm going to nap. So I did get a good maybe hour or so, which has really made a massive difference. The last time I did this, I think I fell asleep and missed an hour or something happened. I don't remember. But cheers. Keep this coffee coming, baby. Thank you, Karen. It made sense. It did. Excellent. I'm so glad it made sense. So I'm going to chill in my office for a bit. I think I might move back and figure out what the next lesson is, but I'm pretty sure I'm just going to have to wing something else in the next session, because I don't think I even know what it was that she was going to teach. She just told me, "Oh, just write this down." I was like, "Okay, because you're gonna handle it, Jackie, so I don't need to worry about it, but I'll come in and I'll question you." And now, but she's sick. So everybody send some love to Jackie. Poor darling's been awake half the night. And on the toilet, I believe. So I'll see you at the top of the next hour, guys.